Today I'm going to be making taco bowls on the Blackstone E-Series electric griddle. The good thing about taco bowls is they can pretty much be anything you want. But what I'm using today is ground meat, cheese, some crushed up Fritos corn chips, green onions, taco seasoning, red enchilada sauce, black beans, long grain white rice, and some sour cream. I've got the Blackstone set to 450 and it is heated up. So first I'll put on my ground meat. And I'll just get that spread out a little bit. Since I usually set the griddle up pretty high, it'll kind of get a little sear or a little crust on there, so I like to move it around right after I put it on. And it does cook fairly quick, especially at this setting. And I set this off to one side because since it's not going to take long to cook, I do want to go ahead and get my pre-cooked long grain rice on the griddle. And I'm also going to be putting in some black beans. Get this moved around just a little bit. And I'll move my ground meat a little bit more. So let me get this kind of chopped up a little bit. And this is a very quick meal. And of course it does not have to be done on the Blackstone. You could also do this in a skillet. But look, cooking on the Blackstone is definitely fun. And because it's a bigger surface, you can do all this at one time. Alright, let me move this so it doesn't get burnt or anything. And since the rice is already cooked and the beans are cooked too, so I'm just needing to heat these things up. Move my rice and beans a little bit, because that rice will certainly go to sticking if it sits on there for too long. It's definitely hard to keep everything from getting mixed up, but it's ultimately all going to be mixed up together in the taco bowl, so it's really not that big of a deal. Okay, my meat is almost cooked. Actually, I think it is cooked. So at this point, I'm going to take some of my taco seasoning, which this is just one pack of some kind of taco seasoning I had. Let's see, it was McCormick. I'm going to sprinkle some on both the meat and on the rice and beans. Next, I'm going to take some of my red enchilada sauce and pour it over both, because the directions on the taco sauce say to put some water. So instead of water, I'll use the red enchilada sauce to help add more flavor. And let me get everything mixed around. And at this point, I can mix up my rice, beans, and meat. Since I only need to make one, this was a 1/3 pound of ground meat. And the rice I measured out at, it was 1 cup of cooked rice. And after it was cooked, I used about 1/3 of that rice for this. So now I'm basically just wanting to get everything mixed up. Okay, it's ready to come off the griddle and be put into the bowl. And by the way, I talked about these new Blackstone kind of scooper spatulas in either the last Blackstone video or maybe the one before that. And I had only found these in a set, but I was actually at Walmart about a week ago, and they do sell these separately for about 10 bucks. So for those of you with the Blackstone E-Series, if you've already got the original tool set and you want one of these, they do sell them separately, at least at some places. Okay, now the taco bowl is basically done at this point. I am going to add some cheese onto it, and you could definitely add cheese into the mixture if you wanted. I'm not a huge cheese person to where I want it in everything that I cook, so I do like to just put some on top. And this is finely shredded cheese, so it's going to melt a little bit. This is also optional, but if you want something crunchy on your taco bowl, I'm going to be using the crushed up Fritos. Like I said earlier, you could crush up corn chips, or you could just eat it without anything crunchy on it. But you don't want to put these inside of the meat and the rice and everything, because it is going to get soggy very fast. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of sour cream. Throw on some green onions. And that is my taco bowl for the night. Again, you can do all kinds of things. If you're going to do a taco bowl, you can actually put this in one of the big shells if you want to fry or bake one of those. But I did want to show this on video since I was making this for my dinner tonight, just to maybe give some of you an idea. So that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.